Are liberals getting a bit too smug? Now, I asked that question not to be a wise ass because there's actually a debate brewing in media circles about this smugness question. Not just the view on the left toward President Trump, but toward all the people in America who voted for President Trump. So there's one strain of thought as people on the left try to figure out the wreckage of the 2016 campaign and where the party goes from here, that they need to understand many of the working class folks, blue collar Americans who felt no connection to the Obama-Hillary Clinton party, and particularly in states like Michigan and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, defected to Donald Trump. Understand them, not be condescending toward Trump voters, not insult them. But now that there's been some news reports in the wake of the House GOP proposal backed by the president to repeal and replace Obamacare, that many Trump voters will be among those who would lose their coverage, according to projections. There's some people on the left who are kind of in the mode of, well, good riddance. Screw them. They deserve it. This is what they voted for. They're too dumb to know what they're doing and all of that. And a provocative essay in New York Magazine by liberal commentator Frank Rich seems to go on that side. He says that rather than pandering to Trump voters, in his view, it would just be a counterproductive detour, he says, into liberal guilt, self-flagellation, and political correctness. Maybe it's time for the Democrats to weaponize their anger. Rich goes on to say that it's a fool's errand for Democrats to fudge or abandon their own values to cater to the white identity politics of the hardcore, often self-sabotaging Trump voters who helped drive the country into a ditch on Election Day. If we are free to loathe Trump, we are free to loathe his most loyal voters who've put the rest of us at risk. Well, I think this is upside down, and not everybody agrees with this, and there's actually a piece in Salon saying liberals are being too smug and they ought to not be insulting Trump voters because you'll never, ever win them back. Whether you want to win them back or go more left, is part of this debate. Loathe Trump voters. We're talking here about 60 million people who voted for the Republican candidate. And I think not all of them love Trump. Some of them were attracted to Trump's message. Some of them was a vote of frustration. Some of them didn't trust Hillary Clinton. But it's fascinating because after the 2008 election, when a lot of people were upset who didn't vote for Barack Obama, there was all this, there was an effort to sort of marginalize President Obama, talk of we're going to take our country back. And now it's been kind of flipped. The people who were with Obama, not all of them, some of the liberals, are not only disgusted with Donald Trump, that's no secret, that's not breaking news, but the people who voted for him. So what political sense does it make, you can call it smug, you can call it anything you want, to be angry at, to loathe, to hate, to disdain the people who voted for Donald Trump? How does that help you advance your political party? I must confess that I don't get it. And I think the people who are making this argument are so wrapped up in their disgust of all things Trump that A, of course, they're not giving the new president a chance, but B, they are blaming the people who put him in office and saying, they lose their health insurance, that's just fine. And that seems to me to be a little too smug.